Indianapolis. It's a city. It's known for its rich history, iconic sports teams, and growing economy. But there's something else driving the energy here, an exciting wave of development and transportation happening across the Indianapolis Metropolitan Area. From newly formed, revitalized neighborhoods to innovation commercial hubs, there are some incredible up-and-coming areas that are changing the landscape and redefining what it means to live and work in the Indianapolis metropolitan area. Now, in today's video, I'm going to talk to you about what I believe in the next 5, 10, 15 years are going to be some hot areas that's going to actually merge, if not become, a suburb of the metropolitan Indianapolis area. Some of these cities are ranging from 20 to 35 miles away, but because of where they're located, they are in an area that's going to make them part of what I believe the Indianapolis metropolitan area. So stay tuned and let's talk about what is going on and where I see this going in the next 5, 10, 15 years. So let's start it off here up in the top here. And I made a video about this, and let's start off with Sheridan. Sheridan, Indiana. We're not too far from Westfield. As you know, with Carmel, Westfield, everything is exploding up here in 31, and it just keeps growing faster and faster and faster. So it just keeps sprawling. Right now, you know, the majority of everything is at 32, and then there's 191st Street where there's a new intersection that's been put in there, and there's a lot of boom going on there. And then when you ride up here, you come up here to 38, you're going to jump over here to Sheridan. I believe Sheridan, which is only 29 miles from downtown Indianapolis, is going to be a next hot area in the next 5, 10, 15 years, if not sooner. Now let's just slide right over here to Cicero. Now, why Cicero? Because it's right here by Morris Lake. Cicero, once again, is only 29 miles from downtown Indianapolis, and you can live up here and commute down to Indianapolis. Now, the problem with Cicero is, even though it has a great area as far as the lake goes, and the lake's only 1,500 acres, and the issue is the direct commute to get down to Indianapolis. That's the issue. It isn't a direct beeline. You can see a beeline right here, jumping from Sheridan over to 38, down to 31, and you just take 31 all the way down Meridian Street into Indianapolis. Now, let's just now talk about Morris Lake. Let's jump back over there. Morris Lake, 1,500 acres, and then you got Geist, which is 1,890 acres, and the biggest lake in the state is Lake Monroe, which is 13,202 acres. So as you can see, these are nice small lakes. We'll go over here, and here's the Geist right here. It kind of looks like a dragon, doesn't it? Well, it does to me. All right, so like I said, Cicero, Sheridan, Cicero, and you're familiar with Westfield, Carmel, Noblesville. Noblesville is a hot area. It's booming right now, but we're talking about areas that I'm thinking that, 5, 10, 15 years down the road. Now let's go over to the east. Let's come over here east of Indianapolis. We're looking at Greenfield. Greenfield is right off US 40, but a lot of the activity going on is right off 70, which is not that far from downtown Indianapolis, which is only 25 miles. And the issue with, if you're looking right in this area, is 40. There's a lot of traffic down through here, a lot of stoplights. But if you are up in this area, that's why I said Maxwell could be a good hot area here, because it's just a straight beeline down 9 going south, and then you can jump on 70, and a lot of the 70 is 3 lanes all the way out here, especially around Mount Comfort, because of the airport out there. So let's go. So we got Maxwell, Greenfield. Now let's go move on down south. South over here we have got Greenwood. that is already a booming area. And the problem with Greenwood, I believe, is because of 31. There is a lot of traffic, especially when you get around the Greenwood Park Mall. A lot of these side roads going back and forth. You've got Southport Road, Smith Valley Road. You have Main Street, Greenwood, that going back and forth. Those are only 2 lanes, 1 lane in each direction, and they get very congested. So if you were to come down here on 65, which a lot of this 65 is 3 lanes, I believe it goes down to just south of Main Street, Greenwood, and then it changes into 2 lanes, but everything flows very well. That's why I'm saying Franklin, a great hot area right here, and then going down Edinburgh and down to Columbus, all because of it sitting very close to 65. Now, this will take a lot of time. There is a lot of farmland down through there. Let's go ahead and change that layer there so that way you can see a lot of farmland all the way down through here. You can see a lot of the sprawl around Franklin. Franklin has a great downtown area. You got Whiteland. Bargersville is already booming in this area because it's right along 144. It's easy to jump over here into the Franklin area, jump over here onto 65 if you work down in Columbus, or if you were over in this area in Bargersville and you worked or went to school or worked over down in Bloomington, you could just jump over there and you'll be gone. Now, the nice thing about that area there is because it's Franklin right now is, and it's going to be right now, is still 25 miles to downtown Indianapolis. Columbus is 46 miles, and that is where one of the headquarters is of Cummins. So there's some stuff going on in there, down there, and it's all because of the Interstate 65. That's why I like that. Now, over here, as you can see, US 69. Now, right here at 69 and 465, they finally are opening this interchange, which this whole section of 69 goes all the way down to Evansville. It's been a 10-year project. It's been a long 10 years. Now, this section right up in here that's finally getting finished, it's not quite completely open, but most of the lanes are, and everything moves very quickly now. Where if you were to over here at the Indianapolis airport and you wanted to head on down to Martinsville is only 36 miles from downtown Indianapolis. And Martinsville's actually, once you get down to Martinsville, let's go ahead and change that back to the regular. Okay. So when you are coming down 69, it's out. There we go. Martinsville, right here, all the way down here, no stoplights. Well, there used to be stoplight after stoplight, and it took you forever to get down to Bloomington if you're going down there for a big game, whether it's for football or basketball or whatever it might be. So now it just literally takes you minutes, and the traffic moves very well. All this new section through here has been rated the best new interstate in the country. They've done a great job. And nice thing about our interstate system is there's a lot of updates being done, widening of lanes up here in the Fishers area, where I-69 connects to 465 and heads northeast. Interchanges being done in the Fishers Castleton area, and that won't be done until the end of 25. So there's a lot of congestion in that area. Fisher's still pretty a hot area, but we were talking down here with the Bargersville and Martinsville area. I believe because of now I-69, all down through here is going to be hot areas. You're going to start seeing, especially around here at the 144 intersection, you're going to see some different areas. You got Center Grove, that's already a great school system, already a hot area. Bargersville is a hot area. But I do believe Martinsville is going to be one of those areas that's going to be, people are going to be looking at here in the near future, because the Indianapolis metropolitan area is going to get so congested. And when I say Indianapolis metropolitan area, we're talking about the main Marion County, and then the donut counties that surround. That's what considered the metropolitan area. And these areas out here are just further out, where you might be living in an area right now and you're thinking about moving to Indianapolis because the economy and the job opportunities. And you're like, Devin, I am used to driving an hour back and forth from work. So that's why I'm listing a lot of these places that are 25, 22, 30 miles away from Indianapolis as some hot areas that are going to be booming here down the road. So down here in the Southwest area, we're going to call this area the Southwest. You got Mooresville, a great hot area. I believe Monrovia, because as you're coming out here on 70, all around here, there is a lot of warehouses being built in this area. So if you are out in here, we got some new construction homes in this area in Monrovia. It's a small town feel. Definitely a great school in that area as well. So it's just one of those areas I feel that's going to be booming out here because of I-70. And once all these intersections come together here at 267, there's going to be some boom through there that goes into Plainfield right here at 39. You're going to see a lot of boom through there, and even further out here you're going to see some more boom, I believe, because of warehouses just going to keep on expanding and expanding and expanding. Now let's go back over here along with Monrovia, which is right here. Believe it or not, I mean, Plainfield's a booming area and when you think of Hendricks County, you think of Plainfield, Avon, Brownsburg, Danville. And the only issue with Danville is if you're working downtown Indianapolis is you have to go through the gauntlet, what I call the gauntlet of Avon, because all there is car dealerships and restaurants down through here and shopping, and there's a lot of congestion during peak times on the weekends or peak times going to and from work down through here. So I have always said that there should have been some kind of bypass made around Avon going out, but it's kind of late for that. Avon is actually building a town center right out in this area right here. You're going to see Avon's going to have an identity of an actual town center, which is going to be, as you can see, some houses right in this area. So all this empty area right here along the White Lick Creek is going to be where the new Avon Town Center is. That's where it's going to be located at. So it's just going to be more traffic out there. There's going to be more homes built out in that area. So if you want to stay away from traffic, you might want to stay away from Danville, Avon areas. But that's why I said coming out here west of Plainfield, Clayton I think will be a hot area eventually, because everything from Plainfield just keeps on expanding west. All right, now let's go up into the northwest areas. So we talked about the west. The northwest area, which I believe is going to be some hot areas down the road, is going to be out here in just west of or northwest of Brownsburg. It's Pittsboro. Already down through here, 136, there's a lot of activity in here as far as building. But this area right here, when you come out straight 74, all the way out to this interchange right here, which is 39, and that's where you're going to see, I believe, a boom in this area, because it's so, just like this exit right down here at 267, It's a boom down here for the Brownsburg area, and it's gotten really built up, but eventually people are just going to say, you know what? What's further out west? Well, further out west is the Lisden exit, and there's going to be some activity out there, and eventually down the road, this is going to take a little while as far as Jamestown, because there's another interchange right there. So Liston is just 25 miles from downtown Pittsburgh, 22 miles from downtown Indianapolis. I always give that reference so that way you know how far that really is to down here. Now, my last area, which I really, really think is going to be a hot area, and there's some different reasons, and the biggest reason is because of the LEAP program, the LEAP area that's going to be built. Let me pull a map over here so that way you can see it. Drag this over. Come on, guys. Come on, map. It's not wanting to cooperate. Okay. Let me see if I get that up here a little bit. This stuff is not wanting to cooperate. Okay, there. Here we go. So LEAP is part of the new Lilly. Basically, Lilly is the hub that's starting this boom area in this area. Now, I believe this area in Lebanon, right along I-65, is going to be one of the hottest areas because of the tech investment in here. And there is talks right now with Meta to build another data center, $800 million data center in Lebanon, and it's all going to be part of that LEAP complex. So there's going to be 9,000 acres of manufacturing, R&D facilities, or corporate campuses that will be in the area that I just shown you. So it's Indiana's #1 top-ranked business environment, and I believe this area right up here is going to be a hot area to live, work, and play. The only issue is they have to build out a lot of this infrastructure because of all these cornfields. So that's one thing that they're working on now, is to start building out the infrastructure as far as the sewer and water lines and power and all that stuff along 5269. Then the nice thing is with this technology center that they're building, they're going to be able to pull from Lafayette students, grad students that are specialized in that. Nice thing is also, if you lived over here in the Westfield area, you could work over in Lebanon, or if you lived in Lebanon, you could work over in Westfield. So I believe right along 32, this is going to be a booming area too, because of all this tech that's going on, because of Lebanon's LEAP area. So let me go ahead and drop this and see this. So if you got any questions about what's going on in this area, definitely I'm going to put, here's the website right here, as you can see. And there's just a lot that's going to be going on in this area. And Lilly's already broken ground on their new manufacturing facility up there. And there's just a lot that Lilly is has going on in the Indianapolis Metropolitan Area. Their actual headquarters is downtown Indianapolis. They have their technology center that is just a little bit further south of Indianapolis, but it's still there in the Indianapolis area. And then they have Elanco, their pet division. Their headquarters is being built right along the White River of Indianapolis. And then this new area up here in Lebanon. So I believe Lebanon's going to be one of the hot areas because it's all 65, and it literally is 34 minutes from Lebanon all the way down to Indianapolis International Airport. So That's why I'm thinking that area right there is going to be one of the best areas at the moment if you're looking to move into this area or invest in this area. So hopefully some of these places that I talked about, there's going to be some interest. If you got any questions, feel free to reach out to me. You're going to find all my contact information down in the description of this video. Feel free to reach out to me. Now, along with Lebanon, Mechanicsburg, 38 miles to downtown Indianapolis, Frankfort, it's going to take, it's already a growing community for some, I met an Indian guy, and he told me that there's an Indian community up here, and there's a lot of people moving into this area because of lower cost of living. And if you were to live up in Frankfort, it's 46 miles directly down to Indianapolis. So what you would do there is come across here, jump on 421, and go all the way down into connecting to 465, jump on 465 to 69 right into Indianapolis. So if you got any questions about what's going on, we talked a little bit about all these different cities that surrounds Indianapolis. They're not the communities, but they are cities that are further out that I believe are going to be some hot areas here in the near future. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'd be glad to help you out. Once again, I'm Devin Hunter. I'm a realtor here in the Metropolitan Indianapolis area. Born and raised here, and look forward to answering any questions that you might have about any of the areas that you might be interested in.